Hello girls and boys, how's it going? So as you know, I've spent about 20 odd years in the DevOps, SRE, cloud platform engineering area. And so far, I've never done KodeKloud. Today, I want to dig into the platform and talk about and review its top 3 or 4 features. And I'll review it from a senior architect perspective. I'll tell you what's working, what's good, what's not good, who the platform is for, and who the platform is not for. Straight, honest answers, like always. Let's jump in. Let's get started. Alright, so let's talk about the first feature that I want to test in KodeKloud. One of the problems that a person encounters when they start their DevOps journey is the laptop setup. And I'll tell you why. If you ever try installing, let's say, a Cube Mini on an M1 Mac, right? You know what trouble it is, because most of the videos that you would see on YouTube, they are old videos and they are built for x86, not the new Mac integrated chip. Doesn't work. If you're on Windows, then your WSL2 will start fighting with your Hyper-V if you're using one of those tools to set up a dedicated controlled environment. Or your antivirus will block the ports. And you will spend at least one weekend figuring all of this out. So one of the first things I want to check on KodeKloud is, can I fire off one of their labs in under 1 minute and get everything working or not? Let's get into the screen and let's see how that works. Okay, so let's look at KodeKloud. Let's look at the practice labs. Yeah, let's do the DevOps lab. Why not? Ooh, that's a lot of stuff. CLI, Linux commands, package, services. Chalo, Linux try karte hain. Verifying you're human. Those who hoard gold have riches for a moment. Those who hoard knowledge and skills have riches for a lifetime. Oh, nice. Oh, Diary of a CIO. This is a good podcast here. If you haven't seen this, you should check it out. Okay, what happened? Okay. Ooh, that was nice. That was quick. Cool. Which user is current user on host 01? Thor, my man. It says Thor right here. Oh, sahi jawab. 7 crore. What is the ID of Thor user? ID 1001. Okay. This is fun. Which command you will use to switch to Ansible user? Su Ansible. Switch user. Arey sahi jawab again. Which command would you use to log into another server with IP this and user Thor? SSH. Yo. ये कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे? SSH Thor. Oh, क्या था अभी? IP address याद नहीं. I want to try it here. Okay. ठीक है, this is good, yeah. This is good stuff. I like this. Zero setup, zero constraints of what Linux OS am I using, क्या करना है, just press a button and see. Yeah, I like this stuff. Okay, one question before we go to the next one. If you've ever spent a full weekend debugging a system issue while learning DevOps Cloud, put it in the comments. Just say weekend on debugging issues on setup or something like that, and I will know. I want to understand where you are in this journey before we go ahead into the next one. Okay, I'll give you an architect perspective of this lab now. Now, browser-based labs have existed for the past 10-15 years. There's no rocket science in this. What I particularly like about this lab, it is hardwired to the lessons that you have, right? So you don't have to set up anything new. You don't have to tinker around with things. You just keep answering the questions, and the lab is built exactly for that, which makes the life of a new person who's learning DevOps for the first time, learning Linux for the first time, very, very easy. That's a good thing. Well done, guys. Chalo, let's go to the next one now. Okay. Now let's try out this challenge thing. You know, I've read a lot about this. 100 days of DevOps challenge. Because that's the whole thing, right? How do you stay consistent? So let's say start now. Let's try this 100 days of DevOps. I did one. I was just trying things out just to get a feel of it. Let's start this. Revise BA. That's cool. Let's revise this first one. Let's see what happens. If you really look closely, most overnight success took a long time. Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. I think that's fair, yaar. Ho gaya. 1 minute. Not even a minute, I think. Okay. क्या है हाँ user creation का था ना. Okay, create a user. अरे, I don't want this here. Okay, create a user name Anita with an on app server 3. What is app server 3? Find the infrastructure details, but yeah. Okay. App server 3 is this. Okay. तो पहले तो SSH क्या था? Banner @ this. Okay. Yes. Banner's password is this. Okay. Here we go. Okay. आ गया banner पे. Now Anita. Okay. Sudo add user -s user user s bin no login user. अच्छा इसलिए नहीं चल रहा है, यूज कर दिया मैंने. user s bin no login and Anita. We trust you lecture from the password for banner. We have it, I think. Yep. Done. Okay, Abhi, check. Can you want the talk complete? Yes, I'm very sure. We जाके system पे check करेगा. Oh, nice. I like that. That is super cool. Okay, you've completed this. बधाई हो जी आपको. You have done this successfully. Good. I like it. Okay. Architect perspective. What I liked is that it's not, giving me multiple choice question. It's connecting me to a real machine where I can execute real commands. And the best part is the verification part. I created the user, it verified that if I've done that or not. That was super cool. So this is much better than just watching YouTube videos or somebody typing in commands and you just executing the commands on your machine. This is much better. This is how actual learning should be. On real systems, simulating real scenarios. Now obviously this was day 1, very, very trivial. I'm sure as I go to day 30, day 50 and so on, things will get complicated. But I like the tone of this, this is close to what a typical DevOps engineer, a cloud engineer will do on a day-to-day basis. Let's look at the next one now. Okay, one question for you guys. Are you liking these kind of more hands-on-y video, more review, architectural perspective kind of videos? If you like that, put in the comments hands-on video. And I'll understand that you appreciate these kind of videos. I'll do them a little bit more. Okay, let's see what else is there. So this shows one completed. What's this? Leaderboard. Okay. Oh, it shows the number. Okay. Egypt, Argentina, France, Bangladesh. Oh, nice. And I'm sitting here at 100. This is cool, yeah. This is really cool. I like this. Okay. What else? Progress. TK 100. Timeline. Okay. Task review mein. It shows me how many tasks are there. Your tasks. Okay. TK. Good stuff. Okay, so architect's perspective. What I liked is that the tasks are small enough so that you can complete one in 2, 3, 5 minutes. So they are not so overwhelming that you say, "Yaar, today I'm busy, I can't do it." That helps you maintain the streak. Now I'm assuming as the days goes along, the task will get tougher and more complex, but I like the style of that. Also, the traceability and the leaderboard is a nice gamification touch, which if you have a competitive spirit, you want to get ahead of other people, right? That's a good one as well. Okay, cool. Okay, this 100-day challenge is absolutely free on CodeCloud, and that's a very good thing. I think if you're learning DevOps, Cloud, SRE, any of this is a fantastic way to start testing your learning and also to keep you occupied for 100 days in a stretch. Let me know if you want to do this challenge, and if you'll start it today, comment 100 days and I will know that you're keeping this. And if you do every, let's say 10 days, put it on LinkedIn, 100-day challenge, day 10, day 20, day 30. Let's start that and let's see how many of you do it. Okay, now the third feature that I want to check is the AI assistant. And here's my worry with this, right? Will AI assistant just hand over all the answers? If they do, then that's not a good way to do it, because then you're not learning it. What I want the AI assistant to do is nudge me in the direction of the answer, but not give the full answer. That's what I would expect from a nice matured platform. Let's see what this does. Let me log in and let's try it together. Alright, so let's check the AI thingy now. So I was playing around a little bit. I want to find a slightly complicated question. So I got this. Okay, so it says download the target file to host 1, which is where we are. Target file name is dummy and the target file URL is this. Now let's say I know the wget command, right? So one way to do it is, I don't know the syntax. So let's say I can say man wget, man chalta idhar. So it will give me the syntax here, right? If I scroll down to the end, it will give me the syntax. Now let's see what AI does here. Can I use wget for this task? Let's see क्या answer देता है. I don't expect it to give the full command. I wanted to say, yes, it's the right one. Here is how you should construct the command. Okay. ठीक है. Fantastic step. Notice that no command on action. Recommend followed by the source URL of the file. Oh, this is nice. wget URL of the file. Okay, ठीक है. wget URL of the file. Okay. आ गया file. I noticed that there is a -o option to wget as well. What's the difference? Let's see. Okay. Now, if it can give this answer, this will be good, because this is how you learn, right? Uppercase is to get, is used to specify the output name. Okay, ठीक है. In contrast, the lowercase is for logging. Oh, okay, acha. Oh, I said the minus. Okay, lowercase. Oh, nice, smart. Okay. So, for your task to save the file as dummy.pdf and you use this. Okay, nice. This is good. So, what I like is it is not giving me the exact answer. It is also explaining, and I got the difference between the small o and the uppercase o, which was a little trick thing I did. Smart chap. Good. All right. Architect perspective. So the good thing about the lab is it is not giving you the exact answer. It is guiding you towards the right answer. I like that. That is a good thing about the AI assistant. What I realized is, as I was doing the questions and I repeated the same DevOps lab 2-3 times, the questions didn't change. That is a slight miss, because I would have expected a question bank of maybe 100 questions and it will randomly pull up questions. I repeated the same DevOps lab 3 times and I got exactly the same question 3 times. That is a bit of a miss. Not expected from this. I would expect some amount of randomization. Maybe not too much, but some. Slight miss there. Okay, let's get to the conclusion now. Alright, now the final verdict. Couple of things, problems that CodeCloud solves very, very well. Number one, the laptop problem, which means you don't have to worry about your setup. The labs are very well matched to the lessons, so you can just click a button and focus on your learning rather than having to worry about the setup. Number two is the consistency problem. The things like 100 days of DevOps, 100 days of cloud, that forces you to practice something every day, which is bite-sized, which takes 3 to 4 minutes per challenge. Set of 10 challenges, 30-40 minutes, you can get it done with. You get a sense of accomplishment and you learn something practical. The third one, which is important, is the realism of it. A lot of the exercises are fairly real, which means they give you a sense of what would happen as a real DevOps cloud SRE engineer, which is the good part. Now, a couple of things where this platform is not for. So, if you are a fresher, very good, go for it. Even if you're an experienced person, but if you want to pivot into DevOps and you don't have an experience, this is a good platform for you to learn. But if you're a senior DevOps engineer already and you're looking to upskill, this may not be the platform because you should already know all of this stuff, right? That's number one. The second one is if you are what I call a course collector, which means you have 3 courses lying on Udemy, 1 on LinkedIn Learning, but you've not completed anything. Before you invest yourself in buying something, I would recommend do the 100-day challenge, which is free, which is awesome. You commit to 100 days. You also figure out if the platform is what you like or not. But more than that, it gives you a reason to come back to this platform for 100 days. And if you find yourself going back, then by all means go ahead and invest in some of the courses. And the last one is, if you're looking for very, very deep analysis or deep learning of certain things, this might not be the platform for you. If they are still evolving their content is getting better every time I see it over the last, let's say 2-3 days that I've seen content, and the last I had seen it was maybe a glimpse about a couple of years back. Never used the platform though, but I'd seen it. From that time till now, the content has gone much better, but still I wouldn't recommend it for very deep learning. So that's my analysis. If it makes sense, and if you want to try the platform, go ahead, do it, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.